Yeah, welcome everyone to the Femfit podcast then. Today here with our wonderful guest Eve. Some of you, might recognize her from some of our other videos. But for anyone unfamiliar, you know, uh, she's kind of responsible for hosting the live makeup calls in like events in our community periodically. And then from that, you had gotten into recording some of the videos for us at Femfit after that. So you all might have seen her in some other videos before this. You'll probably see her in some after, and maybe some other, live streams of content here on the channel in the future. Um, yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
That was such a good intro. I didn't know what to say. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. But yeah, Eve, I guess, kind of first question for you then, is like you've now recorded like a number of videos with us and everything.
So many.
Right? Some of them haven't even come out, gonna remember only after it's done. I have no idea. I don't think we have YouTube members, so I don't think it can ?
No, I think it's just gonna stay on the YouTube, and you don't have to pay for our YouTube, so it should be free.
Like would it go members only? Yeah, I don't think we have members, so I don't think it would be able to. But I'll have to look into that. But sorry, of like all the content that we've recorded so far, everything like that. Is there one that you think people are most likely to recognize you from?
Most likely, we did have a viral post, so maybe people recognize me from that. But overall, just like feminine tips, like we've been doing a lot of videos for information that we think is helpful for the community as a whole. So you've probably seen my videos for that. They're basically just like tips, tricks, anything that I wish I could have known like 10 years ago when I first started, my journey going through all this. So yeah, if you've seen my content, it's really just like slice of life, like how to be a cuter femboy or, like my trans journey. So
yeah, it totally makes sense. Is there any of that where you're like, oh yeah, this is like I wish this was like the thing that was the most well-known video, but maybe it's not?
Not yet. I genuinely, I love this kind of content. I feel like if I'm like behind a screen and I'm trying to like, there's so much information and I am kind of a nerd. I love facts, but I feel like doing this kind of stuff is way better for me. Like it kind of lets my personality show versus like you get these little, snapshots of 30 seconds of me. So, yeah, I would say like hopefully more of these in the future. I love these kind of content or this kind of content. So I would hope that this gets more recognized in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, as well, I feel like, with some of the videos you're recording, I mean, we have the cat in the background. I feel like your setup is almost like better than recording for me. We got the what plushies we got hanging out.
So that is my my Pikachu, and that is obviously my Vaporeon.
That's the name of the cat?
Reason. No, the name of the cat is Nico, but it's Neko. It's Japanese for cat. I'm not very creative, but also the chat is being so nice. She's so pretty. Hi to Femboy Fitness. Hey girly, you guys are great. Thank you so much for joining today. But yeah, that is Nico, and then she loves my plushies as much as I do. If you go on my Twitter, there's a picture of her hugging Blahaj. She is a great cat. She's like, she's my ride or die. She's always with me.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Are there any other Pokemon you have kind of hanging around in here?
So my name is Eve, and I absolutely love Eevee. Eevee can be whatever she wants. So yeah, Eevee's always kind of spoke to me. I love Mew, but if you look around my apartment, there's Eevees everywhere. So that's kind of my thing.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And if you see me like looking over here, this is where chat is for me. So like every time I'm glancing, I am trying to read chat for you guys.
Yeah.
See, this is my kitty. She's she's like my emotional support cat. Like anytime I'm like upset, she knows. She'll like come over. She makes biscuits on me, and she sits on me all the time. She's my ride or die.
Beautiful. Yeah, I guess that's just gonna be kind of our. We don't have like a cat cam or anything, but that would be kind of funny if we just had like a little, how they'll have that like stadium
Where they
cams
just
for
zoom in
like
on the cat.
sports, and it's
Yes.
just like they zoom in on like one person. We just have like that with a cat.
I'm not like the best with my setup yet, but if I could, I would like zoom it in like right on her. She's a little chunky though. Like, please, she has not gone to Femboy Fitness yet. She likes her snacks, but so like if you see her get up, she is a big girl. But I love her.
Beautiful. I love it.
Is my fave Sylveon? I do love Sylveon. Like everyone compares me to Sylveon, but Eevee's my favorite. I love Eevee.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, they don't like really consider that with the EVs, that it's like the base one is an option. Like it doesn't have to evolve, you know.
I know everyone wants the evolved forms, and I'm like, no, like Eevee can be whatever she wants. Like I don't know, like if you're an
Yeah.
Eevee, it's I don't know.
Yeah, it's a great pun with the name too, of course. But yeah, I mean,
Eevee.
obviously you made a lot of videos now, and you're mentioning that you kind of like this style a little bit more. What do you think has been like your favorite part of making content so far? Because I know that's, you know, like not saying you had done a ton of before this. What's like the most satisfying part
No.
of it for you?
Yeah, so I've made like game videos before. Like I'll record a game and just edit the gaming stuff. I've never been on camera. I've never really like done this. So to be making content about something like I love and is a huge part of my life, and then to be seeing myself on the camera all the time, like making the content has been like it's like its own insane thing because I sit and do my makeup and then get in front of here and trying to record, and it's I'm transitioning, so as many months have gone by for you guys, they have for me. So it's just this really fun experience where like I'm doing something I genuinely care about. I get to see myself every day kind of living the same things I'm talking about and like seeing the progress, I guess, in like real time. So like making these videos, and again, like when I first started my journey like 10 years ago, I was so in the closet. Like I didn't talk to people. I didn't really do much online. Like everything I did was like like I was lurking on Reddit or just like Twitter. So to be able to like share this with everybody and make content about this and like get feedback, like look at you guys all in the chat. You guys are amazing. So that is like my favorite part of this so far, of like making the content.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. The interactions with the community are like really fun.
I never had people to talk to about this. I just would like get dressed and then like take a picture or two and maybe delete
Mhm.
later. But I've never been able to like share this with other people. So the connection I've made like along the way with people who like genuinely like me for who I am, it's been incredible. So
Mhm. Yeah, I do think it's like almost like necessary, just in general. It's a human desire to be like understood, right? So I think it's so good having people that like understand what you're going for at the same time. Um, and like going from not having that to having that is like content is like social media can be really mean, you know, but it can also be really great and like super powerful and positive ways a lot of the time.
there's good
Um,
and bad in everything in life. But yeah, it's been it's been great to be able to like do this. And yeah, I mean, I've repressed so hard. So, like, again, I didn't have communities. Like, when I first started, I didn't want anyone to know, and I was so afraid to speak to people. So, like, getting out there and like finally sharing my life and my experience, like, when you repress so hard, everyone knows you for this like persona that you create of like the opposite of who you are. So everyone that I knew, it didn't bother me at first, but as I got older, I realized like all of these relationships I have, like friendships, like, you know, friends of friends, whatever they are, nobody knew me. Like I'm hiding this huge part of myself. So as deep as like my friendships were, they're almost like surface level because I never showed myself. So now after being like transitioning for like over a year or somewhere in a year, like everyone in my life knows, and the people who are here genuinely like me for me. And it's just yeah, it's been if it wasn't for doing it online first and kind of getting that feedback, I don't know if I would be as comfortable or confident being able to do this. But it's been one of the best things to like share my journey and like kind of get what I was looking for, I guess, in life, because I didn't have it for so long.
yeah, absolutely. And I kind of know a little bit of the background on this. That I know sort of the moment for you that you started transitioning. and really like coming out like as that was like when you're actually in the hospital. Is that would you feel comfortable telling us a little bit about that story for you, kind of the background of how you transitioned?
Yeah, that's it's a heavy story. Yeah, I mean, for all you guys in chat who might not know this, or if you're watching this, it's literally like a year ago. So January of 2025, like the start of the year, it was just like a regular night. I'm watching TV and I coughed and I felt like a sharp pain like in my chest area. And I was like, oh, like whatever, like it must have been nothing. And I went to bed. But literally, like midway through the night at like 2 in the morning, I wake up and I have like the worst chest pain. And I'm like, oh, like maybe I slept wrong and like who knows? So I adjust myself, I get into like a more comfortable position and I fall back asleep. Well, another couple hours go by and when I wake up, like I can I can barely breathe. So I'm like, what is like instantly, like my body was in like fight or flight. It's like something is super wrong with you. So I thought like, okay, maybe it's like a muscle, like something's going on. So I like hobbled to the shower, but as I'm going to the shower, like I couldn't breathe because there was so much pain. So like think about how many times you breathe in, like every breath felt like somebody was stabbing me in my chest and I couldn't get a full like I couldn't get a full breath of air. Every time I'm just like pant like I didn't know what was going on. So I'm sitting in the shower, nothing, it's getting worse if anything. And I'm like, okay, I got to get out of the water. I get out of my shower and sit on my bed and like I can't explain. Like, I'm fast forwarding this, but this is over the course of like 3 hours. And as I'm sitting there realizing like I need to go to the hospital, like I had chest surgery like years and years ago. So I'm like, either my chest surgery, there's something that went wrong there. And that was like for health reasons, nothing to do with my transition. I was like 14 when I had it. So I'm like, okay, maybe this surgery is why I'm in pain. But if it's not that, I like telling the story, it doesn't, but like I thought I was going to die. I was in so much pain. I'm like, whatever's happening, this is not like, this is abnormal. I've never experienced this. And like all the red flags in my head are going off. You start thinking about really weird things. So I was thinking about like where everybody was in my life. Like nobody was going to come check on me. So like if I didn't get myself to the hospital, no one would even know that this happened to me. Like what if I had passed out and couldn't wake up? No one was going to come check on my apartment. Like I would have just, who knows? Like where are my friendships? Like what was the last thing I said to people? What are my parents? Are my parents proud of me? Like what have I done with my life to this point? Like all of these thoughts of like you're going to die were all in my head. So I get to the hospital. It was all good news. Like I had a collapsed lung, super rare, but if you're taller, it can happen. The doctor was like, we can fix this. There could be other complications, but you should be okay. So they do the surgery. Everything went well. But like once all my adrenaline came down and I'm like sitting in the hospital, I had to stay in the hospital for 3 days. So I'm like sitting in the hospital bed the first day. And like, again, like I calmed down, but I'm like, I genuinely felt like I was going to die. And so if I died, like that's where my like I have dresses in my closet, I have all sorts of like toys. Someone was going to come and clean this out. Like I kept thinking like what if my family, like they would never get to know this side of me. I would have maybe left this earth and never gotten to be who I really was. And it's so like stupid that me, like I say it's stupid, but I had to have a near death experience for me to genuinely be like, I've been hiding myself. My family doesn't know who I am. My best friends don't really know me. And like for so long, I was okay with maybe just like not looking this thing in the face. Like, why am I doing this? Why do I care so much about all this? It just hit me so hard. Like, I never gave this version of me a chance. I hid it. I was so embarrassed of it. I always used to think people wouldn't want to be around me if I came out as trans. All the worst fears that you can have. And yeah, I was like, honestly, all of those fears are worth it if I can just give this version of myself a chance. Yeah, so like literally in the hospital, I'm in the first day, I'm like scrolling through like different places online to start finding estrogen. And within like a couple weeks of me getting out of the hospital, I started doing my transition. But again, I started maybe like last year, but I wasn't doing my medicine right. I wasn't doing like my intervals for my patches right. Um, I definitely was a mess when I first started. So like I might have started back then, but I consider like when I really kind of like got everything situated was like towards the end of the summer. But
Mm.
yeah, I had the hospital experience. I was like, I need to stop. Like, I need to be myself. And yeah, ever since then, I've been transitioning. My family knows now. All my friends know. I'm doing content online now because, like, what is there to lose? Like, everyone knows I'm trans. Like, I
Mhm.
can finally do this because I don't have to hide anymore. So, it completely changed my life. But I feel kind of dumb that it took a near death experience for me to like accept myself. So I hope if any of you guys are watching this, don't let it get as long as I did. But it definitely was one of the looking back, it was one of the best experiences. One of the scariest in my life, but I wouldn't be here talking to you guys if that didn't happen to me. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm grateful in a way.
like a very big, like, not to make a pun here, but like transitory moment that it's like huge loss, but also like, oh, okay, I gotta do this. I think you were mentioning it now, like you're going through like your first full year of like transitioning at this point. Have there been things that surprised you about transitioning so far, or like changes that you weren't really expecting to happen before you started?
So many changes. Some of them are expected. Like, you'll see online, they'll be like, oh, your skin will get softer and like your face might like kind of fill out. So there were things like they still happened and kind of were like, oh my gosh, this is real. So like that was exciting. But I've always been like feminine to a way. Like, I used to have to try so hard to be like masculine. So I didn't think taking estrogen would change me. I'm like, I'm already as feminine and whatever in my head, like how I even perceive things. People have joked that I was girly my whole life. So I'm like, oh, like I'm already that. But starting estrogen completely opened me up like emotionally and kind of the way I view the world. Like, when I talk with people, the level of empathy I have, like, it's not like I didn't have it before, but people's emotions, like when I'm talking to them, was so unclear to me. And I'm not saying like it gives you the superpower, but I feel more in tune with people. I feel like my self-expression, there were so many things that I used to like brush under the rug or be like, oh, like that's nothing. And on estrogen, it's like brought this whole level of depth to me. So yeah, like I thought I was already like super feminine. It's not going to change how I like view things. And it completely opened me up to, yeah, like I consider it a better version of myself. It's like
Hmm.
me 2.0 because I'm so much more in tune with like myself, my surroundings. People say that colors get more detailed when you start estrogen. I don't know why, but I wouldn't say that that happened to me, but life definitely seems brighter. Like, there's always like bad out there in the world, but genuinely, like, I just see so much more available for me. Like, when I go outside and I like smell the air, I see like I joked the sky is blue today. It's super blue. Like, it's a really beautiful sunny day out. Stuff like that I never used to care. Seeing it, like looking outside, I'm like, okay, I have to go outside a little bit today and like sit in the sun. Like, I never used to do stuff like that. So it's just really cool seeing the way it like didn't change me, but it kind of opened up my personality more.
Yeah. So do you feel like it's almost more of like kind of a mental difference for you too in some ways, alongside like the physical ones?
It's definitely a lot of mental. I think that's why so many people struggle in our community when they do first start hormones, because you're so much more sensitive. Your emotions, your sense of self, everything kind of goes out of whack. It's been kind of a fun process for me. Fun, but like kind of like I cry sometimes. But so much of my old personality was due to me repressing. So when you start taking estrogen and you're fully accepting, like, wow, like I am trans, or I do enjoy this, I love this part of my life, all of the old like things that you had to like keep yourself up, or all these old walls, they just fade away. So mentally, it's just like it's a complete 180 from like how I used to live and like operate in the world. Like, I feel completely different. And I genuinely thought it was just going to be physical changes for me with everything I read online for HRT. It is not. It is like, I would say it's almost the same mentally as it is like physically as far as like changes. And then
Okay.
AJ, I see that you had to go. I am reading chat, guys. I'm like so like back and forth, but it must have been so validating. It definitely was. Like, I don't know if you're referring to like when I came out, I didn't see it enough, but people accepting me after like I finally had the courage to tell people, like, I had some mixed responses, but overall, because like everyone kind of, I wasn't a bad person. It
Hmm.
shocked some people, but everybody like kind of came around. So it validating, I think, I don't even know how to like explain that word, but that, yes, like that feeling, it magnified like 100.
Yeah,
And
yeah, and
I feel so
obviously,
bad for you.
I know you've kind of seen some comments as well on the, people taking it strangely, of people like making content for a brand called Femboy Fitness. There's definitely some people that have been like, well, why is like a trans woman doing that? Is that like, mislabeling? There's kind of been some people that have had, some very strong opinions on you kind of choosing to do that, and it's like, why did you want to do it? How do you kind of feel about doing these videos, or like what would you say to people that are kind of thinking that way?
Well, I love making these videos and I can understand the comments, honestly. We are a brand called Femboy Fitness, so they might be like, why is a trans girl here? But Femboy Fitness, the program, we help everybody who's a feminine, whether you're a femboy, cross-dresser, sissy, trans woman. The whole goal of Femboy Fitness is to help people feel confident in their body. It's about achieving body goals. If you guys want to go to a gym and you want to have a feminine like physique, you want to have the feminine body, like you want to have like a nice like stomach area, all of that, how do you train for that? If you search online, and like again, I've been doing this for like 10 years, there is nothing. So if you want to achieve those goals, it really is hard. You can follow women workout routines, but even that, you'll kind of have skewed results. So
Mhm.
what we do at Femboy Fitness applies to everybody, regardless if you're trans, femboy, all of those categories fit. And funny enough, like I was a femboy, for many years, I fell down the pipeline. Like if you're a femboy, you don't have to be trans. Everyone is different. Most femboys don't want to be trans. They do not want to be women. There's a very big difference. I was dressing and starting as a femboy, and I realized no, like I love looking like a girl. I want to feel like a girl. I want to be treated as women do. That's not a femboy. So I fell down the pipeline. I was like repressing so hard. I never really addressed these questions with myself. But as I kind of continued along, I'm like, no, I love the way that like men treat me. I like being on this kind of end. I love being feminine, and it matches my natural expression. So I went from like, cross dressing to a femboy to trans. So that was my pipeline. So I love making the videos. I can understand why people get like upset, like, why trans working for femboy? Like, but the program as a whole is for everybody who's feminine. So you can
Mhm.
achieve your body goals. You can find a community of people who also are going through the same struggles, but also the same beautiful journey. And it really helps having a community. So I will make videos for this at like all the time because I really believe in like what we're doing here. My whole journey, I was alone when I started. So if we can help people have like a place where they can answer questions, they can feel like they're included, like just having a voice, I will support that all the time.
Yeah, I think it's also really funny. Um, some people I think get attracted by just the branding of Femboy Fitness too, even if they're not, necessarily a femboy. I Cammy immediately dropping in here to prove my point. Confirm I want to be a feminine. It's an intermediate step. I like being a man. Yeah. Um, I like. I
There you
think.
go. Yeah.
I think a lot of people. It's people treat femboy, trans, all this stuff as if it's like this monolith. Like everyone who's trans does this, everyone who's a femboy does this. Feminine
Like we're all like
boy exclusively
grouped
is
in.
just means, a shorthand for feminine boy. When I got into the community, I thought that it was more of like a gay subculture, but they're absolutely like straight femboys. So I think that um, a lot of times people don't recognize that too, and it's like, no, there's like definitely more variety in a lot of ways that people kind of find themselves in these spaces, and like finding themselves like on a personal identity level that are really interesting, honestly.
Well, I understand like in the comments why people take it so seriously because that's a great comment. Like, can confirm, I want to be a femboy, but not as an intermediate step. Like, people just think they're labels, but it it explains what you're looking for. Like, um, I knew very clearly, like from some of the like the places I used to post on Reddit or whatever, there would be a lot of other guys or, you know, femboys, and they were clearly leaning into like their muscles. They liked having a certain like boy kind of aesthetic. And I remember looking at it being like, this is not me. Like, I don't, they look great, but I don't align with that. So people, I don't want to say I hate labels, but like if someone says they're a femboy, I can understand why they're defensive of it. And then I don't like how, trans is kind of pushed on a lot of people. Like, if you like dressing and looking cute, that doesn't automatically make you trans. I feel like there's a lot of pressure for that. And again, like if you're not trans, like if you don't want to be a woman, if you've never had those thoughts, if you've never thought about pressing that button for $1 million or, you know, turning into a woman, that's all perfectly fine.
Shit,
Like,
for a
not everyone's
million,
like that.
I'd hit it.
I broke the button. Like, I'll take
how
being a
many,
girl.
is there a limit to how many times you can press it? Like, you're just getting a lot of money, you know?
No, I think it's like
Infinite
you get one
money
choice.
if you just keep pressing it.
I would still press the girl one. I'd be like, more.
So true.
But yeah, the labels are important for a lot of reasons. And like, it kind of
Mhm.
helped me through my journey. Like, I repressed so hard that I didn't even know that I was trans. I had to like sit there and be like, well, I'm not this, and I really like that. I like how guys treat me. I used to love when I got called a good girl. And I'm sure like maybe a lot of people in chat like that, or like if you're a femboy, maybe it's the same thing. But I have a really big, like, I like being treated as a woman. And I don't know how everybody else is going to answer that question to find themselves, but you don't have to be trans. If you're a femboy, if you like cross dressing, if you like wearing a dress, that doesn't mean you're trans. You don't have to be trans. So yeah, I just everyone's journey is different. I don't want anyone to feel like, oh, because I did this, I'm now automatically that. It's not how it works. So this is all the spectrum.
Mhm. Yeah, everyone kind of gets into it in their own ways, and I think I relate a little bit, like just for reference for chat and everything. Like, I'm bisexual, and I didn't realize that until I was 19. And
See,
I
and like
was,
people could be like, how do you not realize? And it's like, it's
yeah,
honestly, it's pretty easy. So
because I would see guys and I'd be like, oh dude, he's so, I remember having like the distinct urge to like kiss a guy and being like, that's so weird. I'm pretty sure I just like appreciate how handsome this guy is. Like, that's just a normal thing, right? And
yep.
then later it's like, no, you're like bisexual, dummy. Like, obviously. Like, it
I think
feels
I've told you
super
this,
obvious in retrospect.
but in the moment, I think I've joked with you about this when I was younger. I don't even know the age, but like probably a teenager. And I caught myself like for years, like I'm always looking at guys. I'm like checking what they're wearing or like what girl that they're with in the show. And my focus was always on the men. And it like clicked for me one day. I'm like, why are you always looking at boys? Like, why are you looking at why are you not looking elsewhere? And my mind just like shut down. I was like, nope, I don't know. It doesn't matter. And I like turned off the TV. I was repressing so hard that like I couldn't even accept, like I identified with it. I was like, I'm doing this, but then I just completely shut it out. So yeah, the signs are there, you know. It's kind of funny looking back. Like it seems obvious, but in the moment I had no idea for many years. I didn't, yeah, at least you were 19. I was a little older.
Yeah, I do just think that's like very interesting. A lot of people like repress for a long time. And I think usually it's saying that people end up like regretting that they didn't do sooner. But at the same time, it's like you did. You know, like there are definitely people that never got that chance. They never made that conscious realization to live the life that they sort of wanted to. So I always think, you know, whenever it happens, it happens. If you kind of put it off even more, you know, then I think it just becomes something that you regret harder later on for a lot of people.
I thought if I kept pushing it off that I would grow out of it. I would just like wake up one day and maybe not have these thoughts or not be attracted to certain things. It never changed. Like, if anything, as I got older, it got worse. I got more attracted to it or like more involved.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's, um, I was going to say something, but I don't know if I want to share it on the podcast. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's, I repressed way too hard. And so,
Mm-hmm.
like thinking back, like when I was in the hospital, one of the biggest things was like all of the missed opportunities. So like now that I'm trans, right, and I finally accept it with myself, if I had been more honest with myself for so many years I had guys that were like, come sleep in the hammock with me, and I'd be like, what? Like, I'm not doing that, that's weird. But I probably would have. Like, oh, like just being like extra friendly, and I would be like, put my guard up, like, why are they doing that to me? Like, because I didn't want anyone to know what I was secretly doing. So I made all these opportunities that were amazing looking back. Like me being trans, like, why was I saying no to any of these things? But I was so in my head and so like locked down that I cannot share any of this, that like life was giving me opportunities to be myself, and I just completely shut them down and like ignored them. So I think a part of my transition, people talk about it, but it's like regret for lost time. That is
Mhm.
so real, because like, again, you get one shot in this life, and any opportunities that you've had, if you knew you wanted to do something there but you didn't, out of fear, or you were worried about judgment, that stuff, it does sit with you. And I'm much happier now, because like none of those opportunities are going to get away from me now. But a part of me is kind of like, shit, like, why? I wasted so many years. So if you
Right.
guys are watching this, like, please don't follow, like, it doesn't go away, at least in my experience. uh,
Yeah. On a little bit of a lighter topic, though, obviously now, you have made that kind of jump to kind of making, content for people kind of earlier on in the journey, and a big part of that, other than the shorts that people might have seen on the channel, kind of some of the videos there, or this podcast, was originally the live makeup calls. So actually we have a little bit of a game segment here. So I'll let this load
let's do it.
here on this segment. So Eve, we're gonna have a quick little segment on makeup, actually. So I'm gonna give you 5 different things, and I'm going to ask you to rank them 1 to 5, which is your favorite. You know, all makeup related,
Okay.
and then, but you don't
Do I
know
get to know
what's
it?
yeah, you don't
Okay.
know what's coming next. So I'm gonna, show you something, like give you something, and you'll have to rank it 1 through 5, and then you can't choose that again in the future. If you kind of chain, if it's like, oh, this would actually be this.
Okay, so like what I say, I don't get to know what they are, and where I rank it has to stay. I can't move it.
Yes. Oh, sorry. Let
Okay,
me.
and it's all makeup related?
Yeah. All of the ones I'm gonna give you are gonna be makeup related
That's
ones.
really tough, because if you took away like one thing out of my makeup, like the whole thing doesn't work. So this is gonna be tough.
Hmm.
Um, Real quick before the game, I see Kitsune said, "Do you know how to find bra sizes? I am too scared to ask my sister or my mom." That is a great question. It's super easy. You need to measure your, like, this area. I guess you could call it like your chest area, but you need to measure this. It's usually about the same length, or not length. It's usually the same as your waist, maybe a little bit more. Um, so yeah, take a tape measure, measure underneath your breast, and you'll get maybe, like, if you're a 30 something waist, you'll probably be like a 30 here. And then you want to measure basically how far your breast comes out from there. So mine's like 1.5 inches, maybe an inch. So you would take like 34, which is mine, plus an inch. So that's your measurement there. There's a way to convert it into cup size. Um, I think it's per like how far out it is, per inches. I'm like an A cup, maybe a B if I'm lucky, in like a certain size. So you just want those two measurements here and then above here, just to see how far out it comes. And you can find your bra sizes that way. But a majority, it's easier to look online, like find a guide, and it should help you a lot.
Yeah, definitely try that. Um, that's right. Just kind of back for this, for the makeup.
Yes,
Then,
sorry.
for
Makeup
for
game.
for this top 5, figured I'd give you something a little, start off a little bit easy. Something that you're almost always going to use. So 1 to 5. How do you feel about foundation?
And I can't move this.
Yeah, you can't move it down the line.
Foundation's a 2. Foundation is like
Foundation's a
key.
2. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
All
I would
right.
put it at 1, but I don't know what else is on the list. So
Okay, being a little,
foundation.
all right. Now remember, if you end up getting, something that you hate later on, you don't have any options left, that could still be number 1.
Oh no. Okay. Well, foundation's amazing, so it's gonna be one or two.
All right. Okay. We'll go with that. All right.
Mhm.
Second up, then. This is your second of the 5 options. It's going to be
Okay.
eyeshadow. Where are we ranking that?
Mm, I have hooded eyes, so can you see my eyeshadow? I'm wearing eyeshadow. You can't see it, so that's gonna be a 4 for me.
All right. 4 is the eyeshadow. Okay. Sick. So let's put that down here. Next up, then, I think maybe this one you'll like a little bit more, but how about highlights?
Ooh, highlights. Honestly, yeah, it's better than eyeshadow. Put it at a 3, please,
Okay.
because highlight is great if you want to have like a little highlight on the tip of your nose. A lot of women will put it like up here to kind of like make a shine to your forehead when it catches the light. It looks cute. You can do a
Mhm.
lot of things with highlighter, so I'll put that at a 3.
Okay. Yeah, I guess maybe I should have thought of if we should explain these to chat as it comes up, because I know there's going to be some people watching that maybe don't know as much about makeup, but hopefully you're all able to follow. If there's anything
True.
people are confused about, definitely let us know and we can try and add it in post. But yeah, next option then, mascara.
I hate mascara. Yeah, I have long lashes. Like these are not fake, these are mine. I did not put any mascara on today. I don't know if you can like see that. But because my lashes are so long and like I'm still learning too, guys, like again, I'm a year into this, so like I'm still getting used to my makeup, but I guess I put too much on sometimes, but if I like blink too hard, I get mascara like all over my face. So yeah, I'm sure it's amazing, but like for me, like that's going to be a 5.
All right.
Fix this
And
here.
last option. So this is what you have now by proxy put at number 1. Are you ready for it?
Oh no, I should have not done that. What's number 1?
Blush.
No. I mean, I am wearing blush. Blush is super cute, but it's totally not number 1. I mean, blush could have been number 2. I'm not too upset with my list.
Okay. So if you were to actually like, now that you have seen all the options, how would you kind of reorder it, do you think, if you could?
I would do foundation as number 1, blush is number 2, and highlighter for number 3. Mascara would probably be 5, and then I would do eyeshadow for 4, because eyeshadow can be super cute. You can give yourself like a really nice smoky eye around your eye, but eyeshadow takes a lot of practice, and again, I have hooded eyes, so for like me personally, I'm not going to do so much with eyeshadow because you will never see it. So and it's just like not worth it for me, but for other girls, like eyeshadow is great.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, seems like it really close. Basically, the only ones that would have been switched then is like foundation and the blush for 1 and 2. You would have still kept them in those spots. Uh, so as well,
That's perfect.
as kind of another one, if you would like to run it back, there are obviously multiple
Oh my
parts of
God.
transitioning and the femboy identity. So I have a second list prepared as well for clothing. If the chat would like to see
Okay.
that,
Okay.
can we get like a 1 in a chat if people are wanting to see that, or like a 2 if you're wanting us to kind of move on to some more questions.
That's a great point. What does the chat want? We always have to listen to the chat. It's like law. We have to do that, Fit.
Dang, my bad.
Look,
I
Kitsune
didn't
said
know.
thank you. You're so welcome, Kitsune. Kitsune said 1.
Okay, that works.
We have a vote.
We do have a vote. Yeah, win by majority, overwhelming majority,
vote.
honestly.
I need see
All right.
clothing advice. Here we go.
True. All right. So then let's try this again. 1 through 5. How are you ranking thigh highs? This is a femboy classic.
1 through 5.
Yeah. Where are we putting thigh highs?
Thigh highs are a 2. Thigh highs are a staple to like every femboy and even trans girl's outfit. Like, not every outfit, but like I'm telling you guys, so many outfits you can make look super cute if you get like a nice pair of thigh highs or like a nice cute like pair of tights that go up to your thighs. Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
Right? Yeah. Do you think that's one that like you kind of find yourself using more or less as time has gone on for transition?
I'm using it less because it does do a certain aesthetic, and like I'm more like kind of just like normal streetwear. Like I'm wearing jeans and like a tight shirt. Yeah, it definitely gives like a certain aesthetic, and like as I'm becoming more trans, like I look more like a woman, and the femboy stuff is super cute, but it makes me look like really young, and I just can't. Sometimes it works,
Mhm.
sometimes it doesn't, but like I've tried throwing thigh highs on like an outfit that looks good as me as like a girl, and then like putting the thigh highs makes me look like I'm trying too hard sometimes. Like if
Mhm.
I don't know, I've never been, I'm not like as satisfied with it, but I used to love putting my skirts on and my thigh highs. Maybe I'm just like not comfortable enough yet. I don't know. But
Hey,
I use them less, unfortunately, than I used to.
makes sense. All right, then I guess we'll see how frequently you use this next one then. But how about full body dress? Where are we ranking that 1 to 5?
A full body dress,
Yeah, just a
that's number
straight
one
up
for me.
dress. Okay.
I
All
am
right.
taller. I love dresses. Dresses is how I figured out I was trans. I'm like, well, I love dresses. I love how I feel in a dress. It's
Mhm.
like this isn't normal. So yeah, dresses are number one for me.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, it's like kind of creeping up there for me too. Like I think I've started to see, I think this is maybe more like what I'm leaning towards personally, but I've started to see some art and things of guys that are like extremely muscular, like bodybuilder type, but like in dresses just rocking it. And I'm like, I kind of vibe with that. Like, you know what you like. That's I respect it, you know. So I
It's so
totally feel
funny.
that.
It's so funny you're saying that. On Twitter, like 3 days ago, there was like a popular streamer and he had the same name I used to, but he goes, hot take, I think dresses look good on guys. And then like 2 days later, he has a full-on beard, like does does not do fitness. And he bought such a cute dress, and it's like he bought a long sleeve white shirt, and then he has like the
Mm,
little dress on top. He looked like
mm.
an anime waifu just with a beard, and it was so funny. He got 4,000 likes. Like everyone loved it. So yeah, I don't know. Dresses might be like making a comeback. I don't know.
That's awesome. All right, let's try this next one then too. How do you feel about heels 1 through 5? We already have 1 and 2 taken.
It's a 5 for me.
Okay,
I'm
really?
6 foot tall. I'm so tall, guys.
Uh,
I can never wear high heels. I want to wear high heels. I love high heels. I think they look so good. Like they're so sexy. And I have long legs. Like I should be able to wear heels, but it just looks awkward. I'm so tall. I'm like a giraffe if I wear them.
Giraffe is crazy. So still like visually pretty good, but for you personally, it's definitely a 5.
Visually, heels would be like a 2 or 3, but like yeah, for me, because I'm so tall, it's a 5.
Hmm.
Not happy about it.
That's good. All right, let's try this next one then. How do you feel about skirts?
Skirts
Only
are a
two
3.
options left. Okay, we're
Skirt
putting
goes
skirts
spinny.
at
I love
3.
skirts.
All right, yeah. Do you want to see what you have at number 4 then?
Oh yeah, what do we have for number? I hate how this happens. Like it's default
All right,
now.
let's see how close this into being what your list would actually be. But number 4 then, dolphin shorts.
I never, okay, HRT gave me an ass, which I'm so grateful for. But when I was a femboy, I had no ass. I was way too skinny. So this is a perfect number 4 for me because I never really got to like appreciate dolphin shorts. I can now, but it's kind of like not the same. Like that's like the femboy like shorts, and then you put your thigh highs. And I'm trans now. Like they still look cute. Like they're still nice, but I never got my chance.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I think I see it a lot too still for like sort of more cis femme like tomboy aesthetics a lot. I think that's where I mainly see it, honestly. Dude, I
it,
think I think that
it
I think that a lot of guys look great in it too.
Yeah, it gives you like that like kind of fitnessy, but I'm being super cute vibe. Like they're great. Like dolphin shorts are like, and then if you think about it, like a lot of the artwork they're wearing dolphin shorts. Like I don't know if people notice that. It's a good piece of clothing. I don't know, but yeah, for me, I never really got to like appreciate them. So 4 and 5 is like my personal experience, but they're amazing. So
Yeah, so this
what
is
are
straight up
dolphin
that
shorts?
ended up being exactly how you would order it. Is that right?
That is exactly how I'd order it. Fit in the chat, we have someone saying, "What are dolphin shorts?" Can we like bring that
Mm.
up on stream somehow? Can we do have like a picture?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a photo that I could bring up right now. I'm not sure if I'd be able to do
Yeah,
that without messing with the stream. But
we're
they're
still
normally
new to
like
stream.
black with
We're
like
just
kind of white like trim, and it's like short shorts of like a certain cut that it's kind of like a curve.
here. Wait,
Um,
wait. We have technology.
We
One
have
second. This is
technology.
gonna
Oh,
be
so
kind of
true.
janky. Hold on. It said for men. Let me type in femboy or femboy. Yeah. So dolphin shorts, like that is a.
Yeah, like that's the classic, I think.
But see how like they're baggy? I was so skinny. They used to be baggy on me just like this, but you want them like tight and they look so good. Hold on. Can I find a picture? Like, come on. Like that. You don't even know what that is. That could be a boy. That could be a girl. It's hot.
Right? But yeah, I think
So
that's
yeah,
like a
those are
definitely
dolphin
like a
shorts.
it's definitely like more femme leaning, I think, athleisure
Mhm.
wear. I think that's how I would describe it. Because like
That is a great.
you could wear shorts, but I feel like that's not like feminine coded. So for a lot of people, if they want to do like shorts but want it to be presenting more femme, they'll do like dolphin shorts. That's why it's like that specifically. It's just that cut. But yeah,
And
that's
then
really awesome that you got that exactly. Want to kind of ask then, sort of going back to some of our questions. Um, Obviously, we've now kind of talked about some of your preferences in terms of makeup and clothing in the game. So from that, if you were like starting over, like the femboy trans journey, changing your appearance, what are things you would do differently?
what would I do differently with my trend? Like starting fresh, so many
Yeah.
things.
So I guess like
um,
starting after like you started transitioning, just like things in the transition that you would do differently, but like transitioning at the same time, but just like knowing what you know now, a year-ish in.
so for my transition, I I had already like since I'm only a year, there was a lot of things I figured out while I was still trying to be like a femboy or like trying to look feminine, but like I was still pretty much a guy. It was really hard. So like when I was first trying to put on cute clothes, I guess let me my answer is self-care. Like if I could go back to when I first started all this is like understanding that self-care is the foundation for like everything. A lot of trans women will take HRT and they'll just be like, I'm a year and a half in or 2 years in, nothing has changed. And it's really like it's hard to hear or like hard to go through, but a lot of people in the comments will be like, there's a lot of things that you can be doing as well. Like the comments always flame me for my eyebrows. I have thick eyebrows, but trust me, for like years I have been like shaping them and making them thinner. But a lot of girls won't do eyebrows. They won't be having a
Mhm.
good skincare routine. Maybe they're not taking good care of their hair. Their outfits aren't fully put together. Just basically self-care is such a foundation for how you look and feel through everything. And when I first started out, right, I would just have like the house to myself for the weekend and I would just get so excited. I would grab random makeup things or just like whatever I could find and just put it on and I would feel so ugly. I was happy to be doing it and I was excited, but a part of me is like, wow, like why don't I look the way like I know I could, or like I see all these other people looking so beautiful. Like, why can I not? I just wasn't doing things to take, like, I was definitely not doing a skincare routine. I wasn't like take like the products to make sure that they matched my hair. Like I had really frizzy, dried out hair for a while. My hair is kind of wavy and I was trying to straighten it all the time. So I like damaged my hair. There's just a lot of things. So if I could go back like 8 years, I would be like, look, you need to like, you're going to save yourself a lot of hassle if you just kind of learn your body, learn your like natural, like my face is kind of longer. So like the way I style my hair, the way I do my makeup, it's all kind of to help my natural like aesthetic. But I had to learn all of that. I was so, yeah, I pushed it all away and thinking like it doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. So again,
Mhm.
I'm only a year into my transition. I'm so happy with all the progress I've made, but a lot of this, like a lot of the work was done on the front end. Like Fit knows, like obviously I'm speaking for Femboy Fitness. I take great care of my body. I've always been in shape, but I wasn't doing other things. So by the time
Mhm.
I got to transitioning, I had already like figured out self-care. My body was good. It was kind of like a really good starting point for me to transition. So
Mhm.
yeah, if I could go back, I would just try and be like, hey, try and learn as much as you can. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, I think that it is like a lot of, especially, for the, assigned male at birth people that we have kind of in the community. There's a lot of guys who are just like, they just don't take care of themselves. And so that's like a whole new thing. I know there's a lot that I learned from it, but it really is like, I think important to recognize too that you don't have to do everything. Like, you're not always going to be able to work out, be
It's
full body
impossible.
shaving, be doing all that. Like, you're not always going to have all the time for that. But like, even just taking a little bit of time and making sure that you're taking care of your body, like, you're just going to feel so much better. And I sort of, the days where I like go and it's like I'm cutting the cuticles so my nails are a little bit nicer, and I'm shaving and I'm doing skincare, and like a like hand lotion, stuff like that. I'm just kind of going through all that. At the end, I feel so much better mentally. Like, it's just, your thinking is clear because of how much better you feel. It's a really, really awesome experience.
Like when I first started getting my hair, like when you're talking about how when those things click, my hair used to be so frizzy. Like I would get out of the shower a mess. The day it finally clicked where I could come out and get hair like this, it was so affirming for me. I was like, wow, like I genuinely am starting to feel more feminine. And it took me, I'm not kidding, guys, it took me years to figure out my hair. So like Fit said, please don't feel like you have to learn all of this stuff. There's so much information. That's why community is important. You don't have to learn everything at once. Pick
Mhm.
one thing that you really want to work on and try and learn little by little. And then also, Fit, you mentioned like most guys not taking care of themselves. I repressed so hard. I was never happy in my body. I wasn't happy being a guy. I'm trans, obviously. But because of that, I never took, like, before I even started being a femboy, I never took care of myself. Like, my face was always breaking out. My clothes never matched. I washed them, but like my jeans, like I would wear them 2 or 3 times before I'd wash
Mhm.
them. Like I had gross habits because I didn't care about myself. And it makes sense now looking back. I'm like, wow, like this is why. But in the moment, I was just like so miserable, like, oh, I hate these things. But my advice to everybody is like, it really does make a massive difference. And when you start feeling better, like it is affirming, things start clicking. So it's
Mhm.
a long process. Don't feel like you have to learn everything, but huge difference.
Yeah, I would like, I think there's a lot of parallels here with like depression too, that a lot of people, when they're going through like a depressive episode, like they're not taking care of themselves at all, but then like not doing that to any degree, like that really builds up on it mentally. And there's like kind of a phrase of like the post depression like deep clean, where you're going through and like cleaning a ton of stuff all at once, and at the end you feel so much better. But it really is like just, doing small things for yourself to keep yourself in a good condition, whether that's skincare, working out, dieting. It doesn't have to be all these things, but doing little things for yourself, it should feel good. You should feel good that you're doing that. It shouldn't be like, oh man, I'm sad that I'm like not doing this. And especially for people that are transitioning, like it's so much stuff, you know like
So
you're
much.
like cis girls have been doing it their entire lives. Like, it's fine to feel behind and like you're catching up, because there's generally so much to take in, that it's super hard to be doing everything at once. um
One 1000%. Fit, we have a lot of comments that I think are
yeah,
great for the topic. So,
yeah,
but I
I
love your
think
analogy on like the post-depression clean. Like, I don't know if you got, I think everyone in here has felt some form of depression, and your apartment gets messy, maybe you don't shower, but like how good does it feel when you do find like that post-depression clean? You clean your apartment, you can see your floor, your laundry's done. Your body and your mind are very similar to that. It's like once you start taking care of yourself and you do start like working on your diet and you start seeing those little wins start like adding up on yourself, it is life changing. It makes you feel so much better, and then you don't have to try as hard. Like I'm wearing foundation, blush, and like a little bit of eyeliner. I wear like little makeup because I never really liked like the really caked on faces. I'm like, that's not very like natural. But I like kind of like, oh, like am I wearing makeup? Like a little
Mhm.
bit. But yeah, like the more you take care of yourself, the little like you don't have to put as much effort in everywhere else because you've already been building such like a great thing. So
Yeah,
yeah,
for
a little
sure.
adds up over time.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll do kind of going through some. Yeah, I'm seeing there's a lot of questions here
There's a
and
lot of
sort of things
comments. We
too.
should
Yeah,
yeah.
I think maybe I'll go through some of these like closing questions for you, and then we can kind of go back through all of them at like a segment at the end. Maybe we can plan for that. But obviously we kind of talked about a lot of different things for your transition. But would you say that you have a favorite part, like biggest difference? This is the best part of transitioning that you've experienced.
That's such a hard question because I joke a lot, like I'm living like a new life.
Mhm.
The biggest thing, I think I've talked to you about it. Because I was repressing and was so like locked into this old personality that I used to be, I put so much mental effort into every interaction. Like before I would leave the house, I'm like thinking about like what am I like how do I, can I put my shoulders back? Like how do I like do I need to take the right strides? The fact that I was worried about how I even walk in public to make sure I wasn't giving away that I was gay or trans, literally insanity. So when people would talk to me, I would double think about like what my answer would normally just be talking, and then give the right answer where I'm not giving myself away. I
Mhm.
put so much mental effort into hiding my real self. My favorite part is like these interactions feel they're nothing. It's I can literally just exist. I'm the freeness, like I can't explain to you like the mental overload. I was so used to it for my entire life. So it's like when you're wearing a shoe that's the wrong size, but you've worn that shoe for
Mm.
who knows how many like months or years. I was so used to that pain that I just didn't care anymore. Like it just, this is life. This is like what I have to do. Getting rid of all of that, like once I started accepting myself and I saw everybody else, and it just, I don't have to hide this anymore. So if I do sound like a little bit like, wow, I sounded kind of gay there. Yeah, obviously, like I'm trans. Like I don't have to double think about how I'm speaking or how I'm inflecting my words or what am I
Mhm.
laughing at? Is that something I shouldn't be? All of that nonsense is gone, and it's like I can breathe. It's like I can just exist happily. I put so much effort into trying to be who I was not, and that's 1000% like one of my favorite parts. I didn't know that that was going to happen. I kind of went into this for other reasons, and then that started happening, and it was like somebody took a boulder off of my shoulders. Like I was carrying around this thing my whole life, and now it's just like, yeah, like being trans is kind of scary. Like there's a lot of things, right? But the weight of what I was dealing with before that is like this is way better for me. Like I'm very happy. So it's like my that's definitely my favorite part.
Yeah, that's really awesome. And I've definitely seen some kind of comments like that in, in the um like comment section below. Is it below on a live stream? Like it's like an entirely separate window for me here.
Yeah,
There's like to
I
the
have it
right.
completely
I'm
popped
like
up on
I'm
the
like
right.
wait, like the normal YouTube thing is like the YouTube like the comments down below a video, but this is not a. Is it to the right?
It's the chat. So I have the YouTube stream up and then I have the chat opened. So it's like real time.
Oh,
I don't really know how to explain it. It's like I don't know where it looks on for your chat overlay. Like I don't know what the
yeah.
difference looks
Well,
like for you.
the overlay I think it's still not working. So I'm looking at like the OBS built-in
Yeah.
thing, which is maybe a little different. Uh, but yeah, I know that we've had a couple comments today about like dysphoria and kind of being scared of coming out or like presenting yourself that way. Um, I guess on that, now that you're like expressing yourself a lot more freely, what would you say to someone that's kind of, you know, like looking into doing that, but like not sure if they can take the right step for safety or whatever other reasons?
That's really tough. I'm fortunate enough where like I had a job where I had, I was able to pay for my own place. My parents are like in my life, but not heavily. If you're scared to transition because of like your situation, at like where you live, or your job is like something like I can't come out with, these are all so real that I don't want to just say it's dysphoria. Like trans people deal, and even feminine people, we deal with so much unnecessary judgment. Most people don't care. It's 2026. Like the biggest shock for me is how many people are like, "You're trans." Like, okay, it's 2026. Like the world has so many bigger things going on right now. Nobody really cares about sexual orientation. But if you're in a position where you're worried because of like, again, like life, living situation, your job, those are so very real. And I hope I hope everybody gets an opportunity where they can express themselves, but um, don't let those like small, like short-term limitations define your entire life, right? So if you're feeling this way, but you're in a situation where it's maybe not possible now, do not let a temporary situation define the rest of your life, because my life has changed so much for the better and positive, and not just because like, oh, I got lucky or whatever. As a normal person, like my experience walking through life has changed in such a positive way that I want others. If you walk the same path as me, where you know you're trans, but you're afraid of your family, you're afraid of what people think or your job, those are real fears, but there are so many ways to get like to work through them. So don't let your fears or your current situation define the rest of your life. I think you'll be much happier if you fight it. If you don't.
Yeah. Dude, I think that's such great advice. You know,
Really
obviously
appreciate
though,
that.
you know, Eve, this is I think for a lot of people this is, you know, probably their first time getting to enter like see you in like a casual, like not scripted environment. So do you want to let them know a little bit more about you? What are things that you're like really excited for that are coming up in the future?
Oh, I'm so lame. I'm like a homebody mostly. I do like movies. The new Spider-Man movie's out, and please, no spoilers. I have not seen it yet, but the Spider-Man movie's out, and then the Avengers Doomsday is like December, I think. So I definitely want to see those two movies, and I love the holidays. Like Halloween is super cool. Halloween was the first holiday like I ever went out as trans, so Halloween will always be like a certain holiday for me because like my trans day in a way. Um,
Classic, yeah.
Giving, you get to eat everything, and then like my name is Eve. Like I love Christmas. Like
Mm.
I didn't name myself Eve because of that, but like Christmas Eve, Christmas, like I love the holidays. So like the summer is great. I love the sun, but like you go from like Halloween to Thanksgiving and then to Christmas. So like the end of the year is just like a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Plus my family has to all see me, and they haven't seen me in a while. So that's gonna be
Mm.
like, it's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, that's
They
definitely
know I'm trans, but
gonna be a big change for them. I think like too. I know there's a lot of stories I've heard of family where it's like they don't like accept that someone's trans, and then they like see how big of an effect transitioning has, and they're like, oh, never
even
mind.
my sister's so accepting, and she's like, whatever you need, she goes shopping with me. But when I first came out to her, she's like, so what surgeries are you getting? And I'm like surgeries, like none right now. I mean, there's my gender affirming one that is like kind of, it's like a maybe in the future, but I don't want like anything yet. There's no reason for a knife to touch my face, like no. But she's like, oh, like, well, you're not, like, nothing's really gonna, like, you're not going to change much. I'm like, well, I'm on estrogen, I'm on HRT.
Yeah.
And she just, because she's not trans or doesn't know what it does, like she had no idea. So
Mhm.
like I have a really close friend. He's going to be like, what? He always tells me, he's like, they're not going to believe it's you. And I'm like, that's not true. But if you compare me from like last year to now, it is kind of crazy because I didn't have my longer hair, and like my face is filling in a little bit more. Like I still
Mhm.
feel like I look a lot like my old self, but yeah, it's just gonna be kind of funny. Like I haven't seen them, so now I get to see my sister, and she's gonna be like, "What did you do?" And I'll be like, "Nothing. I took HRT." I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think too there's a lot of people that get like doomerism about this, like, oh, you got to start HRT at like 19, 20, 21 is too old, but 26 it's like this is irreversible, you know. But I really I don't think there's like an end date where it doesn't make sense if that's the life that you're trying to live too.
All right, so I'm so happy you say this. Like, look, guys, I hate being as old as I am. It is what it is. That's why I try and like, I have an EV hat on, but I'm over 30. So I'm 30 years old. I started my transition after 30. And if you go online, like, I understand it because being trans is not easy, but there is so much doom and gloom that as soon as you hit puberty and your body goes through puberty, you're unsavable and you'll never look like a woman. It's not true. It's everybody's body is different, so I will like say that much. But if you're worried that you're starting your transition too late in life, the progress that's been made in HRT and the paths available for trans women are way better, like huge volumes better than they used to be 10 years ago.
Hmm.
So definitely don't worry about age. Like guys, I've had no surgeries, I've had nothing done to my face. Like this is all just HRT. I even have like a little bit of these. I'm trying to grow more, but your body will respond. So for all the doom and gloom out there, like even when I first started, I used to think like, wow, like I should have, if I was going to be trans, I should have just started at 16. I should have known ahead of, and it's not, A, 16-year-old me was an idiot, and two, like it just for me to have made such a life-changing decision then, it wouldn't have made sense. Like I'm kind of happy with the life I lived to an extent. Like I did a lot of cool stuff. So like I know like how serious I take my transition, my entire life path would have been different. So am I like happy that I was born a guy? Like not like that's trauma in itself. But I think my journey, like me transitioning at 16 would never have made sense for me personally. So yeah, like everyone's your time to start is going to be different, but please don't think if you have to start when you're 20, 22, 25, even 30 plus, you have a path, guys. It's not, I am living proof. That's why like we do femboy fitness. I believe in body positivity. If you work to look the way you want to feel, you can, there's like no limits. You guys can really, there's so much what the gym, good dieting, and a good community can do for you. Like, again, I didn't have a lot of these things, and I went through a lot of personal struggle for that. So I really, I love what we have here. I love that we have this community. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, thank you, Eve, so much for coming on. I think it's probably a good spot. We were aiming for an hour, and I think with the issues on setup, we're at like an hour and like 15-ish minutes.
We got to read the chat though. We can't leave these people hanging. You've been so nice.
We had a couple questions in chat, but I think that'll probably be it for like the main podcast. Now we're just going to start going through Q&A. So if you guys have questions, let us know for sure. We'll probably be here for another several minutes, kind of going through these. If you guys have anything that you wanted to ask.
So while we wait for like the new questions fit, I might like read some of these off for us. So Kitsune said, how could I slowly start turning more femme but not have people notice? This is like something I even kind of battled with. I was like, how do I, because when I first started HRT, I hadn't told everybody I was trans. So I'm like, what's going to start changing, blah, blah, blah. But things you can do that are not too noticeable. You can shape your eyebrows. You can, depending on like, how many people see you, you can shave. When I first started shaving, people who were perceptive, like who knew me in my life, noticed. But I'm telling you, 95% of everybody in the world, no one is going to know if your arms are shaved or even look to check. So you can shave your arms, you can shave your legs, do maybe your eyebrows, start working on growing your hair out. There's a lot of ways to look more feminine without like fully giving away that you're doing it. Like I was a femboy for like 8 to 10 years. When I had my longer hair, I just did a man bun all the time and nobody questioned me. Like it's kind of funny looking back, but yeah, like there's ways to do it. But my best recommendation would be like just like small things like your body hair, groom everywhere. You could shave your armpits too, surprisingly super affirming. But yeah, just like little cute things, it definitely helps.
Yeah, I think also there's a lot of overlap between like male grooming and starting female transition, like stuff like taking care of your hair. Like that's not just a thing that women do. Like it's also something that you can totally do as a guy, just being like, okay, I'm really into taking care of my hair, really into doing this. I think you can do this and just be like, hey, it makes me look good. I want to look good. I like it. And people are like, oh, okay. Yeah, that checks out. That sort of makes sense. I think that's like, if you want to be kind of on the down low and like be able to defend it, anything where it's like, it's making you look better, period. You're just taking care of yourself. I think you can really easily be like, yeah, I'm just doing this for myself. Like it's just good to do. Right. And like people can't really challenge that. I'd be like, I know why you're doing it. You're actually, insert slur, because
insert slur.
Yeah.
Your skincare too, Kitsune. Like I think the biggest thing that gave me away was when my skin got clearer. Everyone started asking me like, "What did you do to your face? Like what's your skincare routine?" That's the one that like most people noticed. But if you have a cute, like kind of clean, like healthy looking skin on your face, most guys cannot do that, and not like just because they're not trying. They have beards, they don't really care about moisturizing their skin. So yeah, Fit had a great point. Like self-care is not exclusive to females. Like doing your hair or just like certain little things like the face care, there are ways to make you look more feminine, but people can't just be like, you washed your face, you're a femboy. It's like it doesn't make sense. So
Yeah, I think I saw a comment too from Clownery, I think, or it's self-care is thing I need to work on, but I just haven't really got the motivation, and that's totally cool. Like it's, I don't think you always will, but even if it's just like forcing yourself to take like a really small step, like think about like a shower or like brushing your teeth or something. Like, you probably don't want to do that all the time, but like you'll still do it. It's just another thing like that, that when you do, like, you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel a little better over time, but you're just kind of making yourself spend a couple minutes doing it. You know, maybe there's like 30 minutes of setup of figuring out what moisturizer you want to use, or buying one, that kind of thing, going through a store and finding something. But some of that, you know, can definitely take a little bit to set up. But when you're actually doing it, it's just like a bunch of little small things. You won't always do all of them, but when you start to be consistent with it, you know, it really helps out.
I like what you said, Fit. A lot of people, like even myself, I used to make a huge list. Like, I need to do this, like my hair, my skin, that like you exhaust yourself by creating this huge list of like things that you need to do. But if you pick one thing and just be like, even if you say this entire week, I just need to find something for my skin that doesn't break me out, because my skin's really sensitive. So a lot of the skincare stuff, like available like for everybody, it makes my skin worse. So I had to like I bought like the smaller containers if I could,
Mm-hmm.
but I would use those, test it out, like just basically pick one thing, you know, don't, if you look at everything, you're going to get so exhausted and be like, I don't have any motivation for this. But if you make the task small and easy to like, not easy to complete, but you know, like a small task that you know you have like a week to get done, it does make it like a little less daunting. It's like, okay, this week I'm going to focus on just like one skin clear, like a cleanser. Okay, next week I want to find out, like, should I be exfoliating? What is exfoliating? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's a good skincare routine? Like, you can slowly just start, and that's just skin. You know, like a lot of people, myself included, I looked at this mountain of stuff that I should be doing, and I just like completely closed the internet for the day. I was like, this is exhausting. Like, it
Mm-hmm.
kind of made me sad because I'm like, how am I going to do all of this? But like Fitz said, if you do a little bit every day, that stuff really adds up. And then it's not looking for motivation. You wake up and you see the results, and you're like, oh my gosh, I want more of whatever that is. And you start, it kind of fuels you. So yeah,
Yeah.
just getting started, keep it easy on yourself.
Yeah, we definitely talk about this a lot in the community too. If you guys haven't, you know, I know I'd recognize a bunch of names from the community, from our program if you check out our website. But as well, you know, you're new here, be sure to check that out. We have some things that I think help with a lot of these questions that I'm seeing. Um, but I think too, giving yourself credit for the efforts that you have made, because a lot of times
I like
people
that
like
one.
it's there's so much stuff that people do 5 things and they're like, ah, but I didn't do all 6 things, and then they feel bad that they didn't do 6 things for themselves, but you're doing 5 more than you were before. So really giving yourself credit on that, like just recognizing, oh hey, yeah, like, you know, you're doing kind of a couple small things for yourself, and that's you know, making life better for you. It's kind of pushing you in the right direction. Like, you got to give yourself credit for what you're doing, even if you know that you want to do more in the future. Like, it's going to take a little bit of time to adapt to it, so not feeling like you're, you know, messing up by not being able to do everything right from the get-go. It's totally fine to, you know, just take some time getting used to stuff.
I
um
love that bit. It's good advice.
yeah,
It,
I think I see Finey New mentioning like a routine of just like cleaning your desk or having a routine definitely makes you feel way better. I definitely agree. I think like even beyond just like your health or like beauty type stuff, I use like a physical notebook and just like write down like the things I want to do on a day, so I can cross them off and then look back and see what I crossed off that I did when I'm like feeling down, that I'm not being productive enough, and motivation like that. And it's like, hey, like, what I had like 3 things for today. One is the podcast. I'm gonna be able to cross it off and feel good about it. But if you don't give yourself credit, like, it's really easy to wear yourself down and not feel like you have motivation, because you're just beating yourself up and beating yourself up.
in our community, Fit, for anyone being feminine, it's really easy to beat ourselves up. We have a lot of negative self dialogue, and Fit is absolutely right, guys. Like, please celebrate your wins. As negative as we can be to ourselves, you have to be positive. Like, you can't always be saying the negative. So like 100% celebrate your small wins. They do matter. Your small wins add up over time, and that is how you get progress. It's very rare in life that you just do one thing and you instantly get results. So like life doesn't really work that way. So just celebrate what you are doing, and I guarantee you guys, if you stay consistent, it does make a huge difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So seeing another question here from Nem Connery that you came out with your parents a while ago, a couple months ago. It's still rather difficult expressing yourself and hard getting comfortable even after they know any type of streaming past that. I think just,
Ooh.
you know, okay. All right.
That is a great question. So, Clownery, my family also knows I'm trans, but and this is something I had to grow through. Like they at certain events when I first came out, they were like, "Well, how are you going to dress? And are you going to come as like a woman?" And I'm like, "Guys, like relax. Like eventually, yeah, I'll be like that everywhere, but for right now, like it's fine." Um, but expressing myself when I first came out was still hard because I'm still learning how to dress and feel pretty. I don't want to go out in public or like be expressing myself. I don't feel the way that I want to. So it's me like focusing on, okay, like they might be uncomfortable because they don't know what to expect. So let me do the work behind the scenes. Like I'll learn how to dress well. I'll learn how to like present. I want to go out in public and be seen for who I am. I want to be seen feminine. So if you're having a hard time expressing yourself, like it was difficult for me too. Like from the outside looking in, they don't know what to expect. So it's kind of up for us. Like we can kind of, fill in a little bit. I'm respectful of my family. A lot of them were kind of like, how are you going to appear for like the next couple months? And I was like, look, guys, like as I'm transitioning, I won't wear makeup. I'll still kind of like be the version of me that but like fair warning, in like a year, this is not going to be possible because I'm going to have long hair. I'm going to look more like a woman. So as long as they worked with me, I was like, look, like I'm not going to do anything crazy. So expression comes in a lot of forms, but like I had to like there's no one like telling us how to dress right or like giving us pointers. Like that's why community is important. So I'm like sitting here in the beginning of last year being like, what, how do I do this? So yeah, expressing yourself comes from within. So if other people are kind of giving you a hard time about it, maybe try and just understand where they're coming from. Like, why do they feel this way? If they just don't like you, I feel like your family probably likes you being like they accept you. So it's a little different. But if people don't want to be around that, then don't be around those people. But expressing yourself is tough when you first come out because it's like you're refinding yourself, and how do you exist with other people like that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's like very difficult to overstate community. It's one of those things that I think like people don't realize how big it is until either they lose it or they actually get it. Like just thinking about it, it's hard to put that into perspective. But there's a reason that there's kind of phrases and stuff of like, you are like someone like your 5 closest friends, that if they're all a certain type of person, like you're probably going to get pushed in that direction. If all 5 of your friends have a certain hobby, like you're probably going to get pulled into that just by proximity of being around that. And for the people that are new here today, like I know Pixel is talking about this. I really hope that you feel welcome here and you can enjoy the community and the program and the other guides that we have here on YouTube and our other social platforms. And I hope that we can provide a little bit of that for you and make things easier for you.
I love how they said a jumping rope center. Like they got really into jumping rope. Guys, like that's such like I love that comment because like working out kind of sucks for me. I do it a lot, but I don't like it. I like the results. So if you find something that you like they like jumping rope, like lean into that, guys. Like as long as you're getting your steps, or if you're burning your calories, like there's other things like you to work your glutes, or if you're trying to like build leg muscle, completely different. But anything you can do to get active and it's something you enjoy, lean into that because it's so rare to find. And if you enjoy it, it makes it like that is the thing to do.
Yeah, enjoyment is like definitely a big part of being able to stick with it, long term. If you enjoy biking, if you enjoy running, if you enjoy certain sports or jump rope, it's probably a good thing to try that, just because you're enjoying it. It's going to be easier to stick with. But sorry, I have to go here, and like a sec, so I'll have to end stream. Just kind of last question I see Nebula is asking: is there an age requirement for the program? The program, I think we can't accept minors. There's just like legal restrictions on that. But anyone over the age of 18, there's no problem. And of course, if you're under the age of 18, I hope that the content and everything that we have here is still helpful for you. But please don't be, trying to like steal your parents' credit card to go make a purchase for something.
We've never done that, Fit. No one's ever done that in their lives.
Yeah, I know that's an inconceivable thing. That's I know you would never do that, but please don't do that.
Right. We would never.
Yeah, thank you all for stopping in, and if you'd like to all welcome Eve for showing up here, and we'll definitely planning to have another one of these podcasts on for next week. We'll kind of plan for that soon. Yeah, thank you guys all for coming.
Love the comments. We will try and answer more in the future. Your comments make the stream, so we'll try and include like a more of a section for that for you guys. But thank you all for joining. I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah. All right.